The dune sea stretches endlessly. Sand, heat, desolation. Nothing lives here that doesn't have to. A figure lies in the sand, face down. Robes simple, brown. Jedi style but worn, weathered. The figure stirs, fingers twitch, eyes open, blue, clear. Ancient despite the face being mid-40s, Luke Skywalker sits up slowly. His body feels strange. Not old. Not the aged Grandmaster body he remembers. The Force has remade him. Younger, stronger, but carrying every memory, every lesson, every scar. He stands, brushes sand from his robes, looks at his hands. Flesh, real, solid. This is not a vision, not a dream, not a Force ghost manifestation. He's here, actually here. Tatooine, the planet he grew up on, the planet his father grew up on. But this is not his time. Luke reaches out through the Force, feeling, sensing. The galaxy feels different, younger, less scarred. The Clone Wars haven't happened yet. The Empire doesn't exist. Vader doesn't exist. And there, in the distance, toward Mos Espa, a blazing star in the Force. Pure, untainted, innocent, powerful beyond measure. Anakin Skywalker, 9 years old, still a slave, still whole. Luke's breath catches, tears form. He wipes them away. No time for emotion, not yet. He has work to do. He starts walking, toward Mos Espa, toward his father, toward the moment everything changes. The twin suns beat down. The heat is oppressive. Familiar, Luke grew up in this heat, spent 19 years breathing this air, hating this sand. This place stole his family, destroyed his aunt and uncle, created Vader. Not this time. He walks for hours. The Force sustains him. No water needed. No rest. Just purpose. Absolute. Unwavering. Mos Espa appears on the horizon. Ramshackle buildings. Dust. Poverty. The spaceport town where desperate people make desperate deals. Where slavery is legal. Where Hutt's rule and Republic law means nothing. Luke enters the outskirts. Pulls his hood up. Blends into the crowds. Moisture farmers. Junk dealers. Slaves with downcast eyes and electronic collars. He follows the Force. The blazing presence guides him. Through narrow streets. Past vendors hawking goods. Past Jawas trading scrap. Past everything. And there, Watto's junk shop. The sign in Huttese. The familiar layout, the smell of engine oil and ozone. Luke stops across the street. Watching. Waiting. The door opens. A small figure emerges. Boy. Maybe 9, sandy blonde hair. Bright blue eyes. Dirty coveralls. Grease on his hands. Carrying a power coupling toward a speeder. Anakin Skywalker. Luke's vision blurs. This is his father. His father as a child. Before Mustafar. Before everything. The boy is laughing, talking to someone inside the shop. His voice carries. High. Happy. Innocent. I can fix it, Watto. I fixed the pod last week. I can fix anything. Pure joy. Pure confidence. Untainted by loss. By fear. By the suffering to come. Luke has to look away. The emotion too much. He steadies himself against a wall. Breathing. Focusing. Vader's mechanical breathing echoes in his memory. KHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHH. 23 years of that sound. His father's constant suffering. Not this time. Never again. Luke reaches out through the Force. Gently. Carefully. Touching Anakin's presence. The boy doesn't notice. Too young. Untrained. Just a bright spark in the Force. Unaware of his own power. Luke probes deeper. Feeling. Searching. And there, he senses it. The slave chip. Small. Buried deep in the boy's body, explosive. Designed to detonate if Anakin travels beyond range or if Watto triggers it. Luke's jaw clenches. The galaxy's chosen one. Enslaved by a Toydarian junk dealer. Controlled by a bomb in his own body. He extends his senses further. Inside the shop, another presence. Female. Warm. Loving, protective. Shmi Skywalker. Anakin's mother. Also chipped. Also enslaved. Both of them. Property. Things to be bought and sold. Luke's hands ball into fists. The force around him ripples. Nearby vendors step back unconsciously, sensing danger without understanding why. He forces calm, Vader's discipline, control through pain, mastery through suffering. He learned these techniques from his father's dark side, now uses them for light. Tonight, he'll free them tonight. When the shop closes, when witnesses are minimal, when Watto is alone, Luke finds a cantina, orders water, sits, waits, watches through the Force as the twin suns descend, as Mos Espa transitions from day to night, as merchants close shops, as the crowds thin. He senses Anakin and Shmi entering their quarters, small hovel attached to Watto's shop. Barely enough room for two. No furniture. Just sleeping mats, tools, scraps. This is where the Chosen One sleeps, in poverty and slavery. While the Jedi sit in their temple on Coruscant, meditating on the cosmic force, debating prophecies, blind to the suffering right in front of them, Luke stands, leaves the cantina. The streets are darker now, fewer people. He makes his way to Watto's shop. The lights are still on inside. The Toydarian is doing inventory, counting credits, planning tomorrow's sales. Luke waits. Patient. Vader's patience. The dark side taught waiting, taught timing, taught the perfect moment to strike. The lights go out. Watto exits through the back, locking the door, muttering to himself in Huttese about broken droids and cheap customers. He flutters toward his private quarters, separate from the slave hovel. Nicer, cleaner. The master's privilege. Luke follows, silent, his presence cloaked in the Force. Watto doesn't sense him, doesn't hear him, doesn't know death walks 3 steps behind. Not death, liberation. Watto enters his quarters, closes the door. Luke hears him moving inside, pouring a drink. Settling in for the night, Luke raises his hand. The door unlocks. Silent, telekinetic precision. The hinges don't creak. The lock doesn't click, just opens. He steps inside, closes the door behind him. Watto is sitting at a small table, back turned, drinking from a cup, reviewing datapads, business records, slave ownership documents. Luke doesn't announce himself, just stands there, waiting. Watto senses something, stops mid-sip, turns slowly, sees Luke, stranger in his quarters, robbed figure, face shadowed by hood. Who? How did you? Watto stands, reaches for an alarm. The alarm doesn't work. Luke's presence in the Force floods the room like a tidal wave. Not violent, not aggressive, just absolutely, utterly, overwhelming. Watto freezes midair, wings locked, cannot move, cannot speak, cannot breathe properly. The Force holds him like an insect in amber. Luke lowers his hood, blue eyes cold, calm, carrying the weight of galaxies. You own 2 slaves, Anakin Skywalker and Shmi Skywalker. You will free them. His voice is quiet, conversational, but it carries power that makes Watto's very cells vibrate with terror. Watto tries to speak, manages only a strangled sound. Luke eases the pressure slightly, allowing words. I can't. They're valuable. I paid good money. You will give me the deactivator wand for the slave chips. Luke doesn't raise his voice. Doesn't need to. His hand extends. A locked drawer across the room explodes open. Wood splintering. The deactivator wand floats out, drifts through the air, settles into Luke's palm. Watto's eyes are wide, terrified. He's seen Force users before. Jedi passing through. But nothing like this. This is power that could crush planets. Luke produces documents from his robes. Pre-prepared. Emancipation papers. Standard Republic forms. Blanks filled in with Anakin's and Shmi's names. Sign them. The documents float to Watto's table. A stylus rises, presses into Watto's trembling hand. The Toydarian's hand moves on its own. Not controlled. Just. Compelled. The overwhelming presence in the room makes resistance impossible. Unthinkable. His hand signs. Both documents. Witnessed. Dated. Legal. You will never own another sentient being. Pure terror. You will leave Tatooine within 1 week. Find another profession. Another world. Never return here. Another nod. Desperate. Anything to make this stop. You will never speak of this encounter. If asked about the Skywalkers, you will say only that you freed them. No details, no descriptions, nothing. Final nod, Watto's entire body shaking. Luke releases him. The force pressure lifts. Watto collapses onto his table, gasping, sobbing. When he looks up, the mysterious figure is gone. The door stands open. The deactivator wand is missing. The emancipation documents are signed and sealed. Watto doesn't move for an hour, just sits there, trembling, knowing he just encountered something beyond his understanding, something that could have killed him with a thought, and chose mercy instead. He starts packing that night. By dawn, half his inventory is already loaded for transport off-world. Luke stands outside the slave quarters, small, cramped, attached to Watto's shop. Anakin and Shmi sleep inside. He can sense them, breathing, dreaming, unaware. He could wake them, explain. But the slave chips are still active, still dangerous. First things first, Luke reaches out through the Force, his senses extending, microscopic, molecular. He learned this technique hunting down the last Sith artifacts, learned to feel the internal structures of objects, to manipulate components smaller than eyes can see. He senses Anakin first, the boy's presence blazing, but beneath that, inside the body, foreign object, small, located near the spine, lower back, the slave chip, explosive components, detonator, tracking beacon, all integrated into one small device. One wrong move and it detonates, kills the child, destroys the chosen one before his story begins. Luke's hand extends, trembling slightly. Not from fear, from the weight of this moment. Everything depends on this. The entire galaxy's future compressed into one act of microscopic telekinesis. He reaches into Anakin's body with the Force, molecule by molecule, atom by atom, feeling the chip structure, the explosive compounds, the detonator circuit, the power source. He begins with the detonator. The trigger mechanism uses the Force to short-circuit it, fusing the components into inert slag. No explosion, no alert, just silent death of function. Then the explosive compounds. Carefully, precisely, he crushes them, compresses them, molecular bonds breaking, reforming, becoming harmless powder, chemically inert, no longer capable of combustion. Finally, the tracking beacon, the transmitter. He overloads it, burns out the circuits, leaves only dead metal and plastic. The entire process takes 3 minutes. Luke's face is covered in sweat. Blood trickles from his nose. The precision required is immense. But this is Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, the man who held black holes, who rebuilt Vader's fortress stone by stone, who made himself immovable even by the galaxy's center. This is nothing compared to what he's done, but it's everything compared to what it means. Anakin Skywalker is free. The chip is dead. The boy doesn't even know it yet. Luke moves to Shmi next. Same process, same precision. Her chip is located differently, near her heart, more dangerous, more delicate. But Luke's control is perfect, absolute. 5 minutes later, both chips are neutralized, crushed into harmless debris that will cause no harm, will eventually be absorbed and expelled by their bodies naturally. Luke staggers back, exhausted. The effort tremendous, but successful. He leans against the wall, breathing hard, tears streaming down his face. His father is free. His grandmother is free. The chains that should have bound them for years more, gone. Destroyed. By a son who traveled through time to save them. Luke reaches into his robes, pulls out a piece of flimsy, writes with a stylus. The message simple. You are free. The chips are gone. Both of you. No longer slaves. Take your mother and wait in the desert. 1 mile north at dawn. Someone is coming to help you. Trust the Force. He folds the note, uses the Force to slip it under the door, places it where Anakin will find it upon waking. Then Luke leaves, walking into the desert, finding a place 1 mile north, setting up camp, a small tent, moisture vaporator, basic supplies. He came prepared, meditating, waiting for dawn, for the moment his father discovers freedom, for the beginning of everything new. The night passes slowly. Luke doesn't sleep. Doesn't need to. The Force sustains him. He thinks about what comes next. The training. The philosophy. The truth he'll teach that the Jedi forgot. Love is not weakness. Attachment is not darkness. Family is not forbidden. These are the lessons that will save Anakin. That will prevent Vader. That will redeem the Jedi themselves. The twin suns begin to rise. Golden light spreading across the dunes. Luke stands, brushes sand from his robes, waits. In Mos Espa, Anakin wakes, sees the note, reads it. His heart pounds. He grabs the scanner he's been building, the one designed to locate his slave chip. Runs it over his body. Nothing. No signal. No chip detected. He runs to Shmi, shakes her awake. Mom, wake up. Look at this. She reads the note, confused, frightened, hopeful. Anakin scans her. Nothing. No chip. Shmi's hands shake. Ani, what does this mean? It means we're free, Mom. We're actually free. They pack quickly. One bag. Everything they own fits inside. Clothes, tools, a few credits Shmi had hidden. Nothing valuable. Nothing worth the slavery they endured. They leave through the back, avoiding Watto, avoiding questions. Just walking. North. Into the desert. Trusting a note from a stranger. Trusting the Force. 1 mile becomes visible after 30 minutes of walking. They see it. A figure standing beside a small camp. Moisture vaporator running. Tent providing shade. The figure sees them, removes his hood, reveals a face neither recognizes. Mid-40s. Kind eyes. Sad smile. Jedi robes but worn. Weathered. Luke kneels as they approach. Getting eye level with 9-year-old Anakin. His father as a child. Before pain. Before loss. Before everything. Hello, Anakin. Luke's voice trembles. Barely controlled emotion. My name is Luke. I'm a Jedi, and if you'll let me, I'd like to teach you everything I know. Anakin stares. This stranger radiates warmth, power, something that feels like home, like safety, like family. Are you really a Jedi? Luke smiles through tears. I am. And so are you, Anakin. So are you. How did you free us? The chips. Removing them without killing us. That's impossible. Nothing is impossible with the Force. Luke stands, looks at Shmi, his grandmother, the woman who gave birth to his father. Who suffered so much? Who died so tragically in the original timeline? My name is Luke Skywalker, and I've come a very long way to find you both. Skywalker? Shmi's eyes widen. But that's our name. I know. We're family, Shmi, in ways you can't yet understand. But we are. And I promise you, I will never separate you from your son. The old Jedi would have taken him from you. Raised him in a temple, taught him to forget you. I won't do that. You're part of this journey, both of you. Shmi begins to cry. Relief, confusion, hope, all mixed together. Thank you. Thank you for freeing us. Thank me by trusting me. I'm going to teach Anakin. Train him. Help him become what he's meant to be. But not through fear, not through suppression. Through love, through family, through truth. Anakin looks up at Luke. What am I meant to be? Luke kneels again, meets the boy's eyes. The greatest Jedi who ever lived. The one who brings balance to the Force, but not through suffering. Through joy. Through love. Through choosing light every single day. I can do that. Anakin's confidence absolute. Pure. Untainted. I can be whatever you need me to be. No. Luke's voice is gentle. Firm. You're going to be whatever you need to be. I'm just here to help you find that. To protect you. To make sure the galaxy never breaks you. They sit. Luke unpacks food. Shares it. They eat in silence. Getting comfortable with each other. Shmi watches Luke carefully. This stranger who speaks with such certainty. Such pain. Such love. You said you came a long way, Shmi says. Where from? Luke looks at the twin suns. The future. A dark future. Where everything went wrong. Where Anakin, he stops. Can't say it. Not yet. Where I lost everything. And the Force gave me a chance to come back. To fix it. To save what matters most. Us? Anakin asks. We matter most? You do, Anakin. You matter more than you can possibly understand. But don't worry about that now. Right now, you're just a boy who's been freed, who's safe, who has a future. Let's start there. They spend the day in the camp. Luke teaches Anakin basic meditation, the living force, feeling the life around him, the sand, the air, the vaporator, his mother, himself. Close your eyes, Anakin. Feel the force, not with your mind, with your heart. Feel everything. Anakin closes his eyes, immediately senses it, the connection, the energy flowing through all things, connecting him to Luke, to Shmi, to the universe itself. I feel it. It's like everything is alive. Everything is alive. The Force is life itself. And you, Anakin, are more connected to it than anyone who's ever lived. Even you? You have a gift, Anakin. A power that could save worlds, or destroy them. My job is to make sure you choose saving. By evening, Anakin is levitating small stones, just pebbles, but doing it instinctively, naturally. What takes others months he achieves in hours. Luke watches with pride and heartbreak. This is what his father could have been, should have been, would have been if the galaxy had been kinder. If the Jedi had been wiser. If Palpatine had never existed. That night, as Anakin sleeps, Shmi approaches Luke. Tell me the truth. What happened in your future? What went so wrong that you had to come back? Luke looks at the stars. The Jedi Order fell. The Republic became an empire. Billions died. And Anakin became a monster. Not because he wanted to, but because everyone who should have protected him failed. The Jedi took him from you, forbade him to love, told him his emotions were weakness, and when he needed help most, they abandoned him. So he turned to darkness, became something terrible, and suffered for it. For decades. Shmi's hand covers her mouth. No, not my Ani. He's so good, so kind. He is, and he'll stay that way, because I won't let them take him from you, because I won't teach him to suppress love, because I know the truth they don't. Love isn't weakness. Love is what saves us all. Is that why you're here? You love him? Luke's voice breaks. He's my father, Shmi, in the future I came from. He's my father, and I watched him suffer my entire life, watched him be broken, watched him die. And the Force gave me a chance to come back, to save him before he ever falls. So yes, I love him more than anything in the universe. Shmi embraces Luke, this stranger from the future who crossed time itself to save her son, her grandson, her family. Then teach him well, teach him everything, and know that I trust you. Completely. I will. I promise. The next 3 days pass in training. Luke teaches Anakin meditation on the living force, feeling life around him, basic telekinesis, lifting stones, then rocks, then himself, sensing emotions, feeling his mother's love, Luke's warmth, the desert's indifference, trusting instinct, moving before thinking, letting the Force guide. Anakin absorbs everything. Prodigy doesn't describe it. He's a natural conduit for the Force. Every lesson sticks, every technique mastered within hours. Luke teaches differently than the Jedi. No rigid forms, no suppression, just feeling, understanding, trusting. The old Jedi say, there is no emotion, there is peace. They're wrong, Anakin. Emotion is peace when you understand it. Feel your feelings, all of them. Joy, sadness, fear, anger. Feel them all. Then, choose what to do with them. But won't anger make me evil? No, anger is just energy. What matters is what you do with it. Do you let it control you? Or do you choose how to act? That's the difference between a Jedi and a Sith. Not whether they feel, but whether they choose. His eyes widen. He senses something, a powerful presence entering Tatooine's atmosphere. No, two presences, strong in the Force, trained, disciplined. Jedi. Luke reaches out further, feels the signatures. One older, calm, connected to the living Force like Luke himself, Qui-Gon Jinn. The other younger, cautious, defensive, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The timeline is converging. They've arrived, just as they did in the original history. Ship damaged, hyperdrive broken, seeking parts in Mos Espa. Luke stands. Anakin. Shmi. Tomorrow, we're going back to Mos Espa. Someone important is coming. Someone you need to meet. Who? Anakin asks, excited, curious. Another Jedi. A good man. Someone who believes what I believe. That the Force is about life, about love, about choosing light. Will he train me too? No. But he'll understand why I am, and that understanding will matter. Very much. They sleep. Luke meditates. Preparing. Tomorrow changes everything. Tomorrow he meets the man who should have trained his father, who tried to train his father, who failed because the Order's dogma poisoned everything. But this time will be different. This time, Luke is in control. This time, Anakin stays with him. This time, love wins. The twin suns rise on the fourth day. Luke, Anakin, and Shmi pack the camp. Load supplies, begin the walk back to Mos Espa. They time it perfectly. Arriving mid-morning, the streets are busy, merchants selling, traders haggling, and there, walking toward Watto's shop, two figures in Jedi robes. Qui-Gon Jinn, tall, long hair, calm eyes, presence radiating living Force mastery. Obi-Wan Kenobi, younger, Padawan braid, serious expression, hand near lightsaber. Behind them, a protocol droid and an astromech. R2-D2, the little droid that will save everything. Multiple times, across decades, Luke watches from across the street, waiting, letting them enter Watto's shop first. The shop Watto has been hastily packing to abandon. Inside, Watto is nervous, jumpy. He sees the Jedi and nearly panics. Yes, I have parts. Whatever you need. T-14 hyperdrive. Take it. Just take it and go. Qui-Gon frowns. Are you well? Perfectly fine, no strange, powerful beings showing up and threatening me. None at all. Obi-Wan's hand moves to his lightsaber. Strange beings? Nothing. I said nothing. Here. The hyperdrive. Free. Take it. Qui-Gon's suspicion deepens. Free. You're giving us a T-14 hyperdrive for free? Yes. Now please leave. The door opens. Sunlight streams in. A figure enters, robed, hooded, radiating immense Force presence. Both Jedi tense. Hands on lightsabers, ready. The figure lowers his hood. Luke Skywalker meets Qui-Gon Jinn's eyes. For a moment, neither speaks. Qui-Gon feels it immediately. This is not darkness. This is pure light. But unlike any Jedi he's ever encountered, the power is staggering, overwhelming, like standing before a star. Master Jedi. Luke bows slightly, respectful. I believe we're here for the same thing. T-14 hyperdrive generator? Qui-Gon studies him, every instinct screaming that this man is important, powerful, connected to the Force in ways even Yoda isn't. You're a Jedi? I am. I don't recognize you. Which temple trained you? Luke's smile is enigmatic, sad. A temple that doesn't exist yet, one that will be built on the ruins of the old one. After everything burns, Obi-Wan steps forward. That sounds like a threat. Not a threat. A warning and a promise. The old order will fall. But something better will rise. Built on truth instead of dogma. On love instead of suppression. Qui-Gon's eyes widen. This stranger speaks his own heretical beliefs. The living Force. Compassion over detachment. Emotion over suppression. Who are you? My name is Luke Skywalker. I'm a Jedi Master. And I know why you're here, Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon's breath catches. You know my name. I know many things. I know you're protecting Queen Amidala of Naboo. I know your ship was damaged escaping the blockade. I know you're returning to Coruscant to warn the Council about the Sith. And I know you're searching for a boy strong in the Force, a boy you believe might be the chosen one. Silence. Heavy. Absolute. Luke turns to Watto. Give them the parts they need. No charge. Watto scrambles, loading the hyperdrive onto a cart. Desperate to please. Desperate for these Force users to leave. Outside in a quiet alley away from crowds, Qui-Gon confronts Luke directly. How do you know these things? Because the Force showed me. Just as it showed you that a boy on this planet is strong in the Force. A boy you were meant to find. You found him. I have. His name is Anakin Skywalker. He's 9 years old. And yes, Master Jin, he is the chosen one. The one who will bring balance to the Force. Obi-Wan scoffs. The prophecy. You actually believe? I don't believe. I know. I've seen it. Lived it. Watched it happen. Anakin will bring balance. But not the way the Council expects. Not through their rigid training. Through love. Through choice. Through being allowed to be human. Qui-Gon feels it. The connection. This stranger understands. Believes what Qui-Gon believes. Lives the living Force philosophy that got Qui-Gon rejected from the Council. The Council won't agree with that interpretation, Qui-Gon says carefully. I know. That's why I won't let them train him. You've already taken him as your student? I have. Freed him from slavery 3 days ago. Him and his mother. They're both safe. Both free. And I'm teaching him the truth. The truth the Order forgot. That love isn't weakness. That family isn't forbidden. That feeling is not failing. Qui-Gon's mind races. Every instinct says trust this man. The Force practically sings an affirmation. But this goes against everything the Order stands for. Let me meet the boy, Qui-Gon says. If he's truly the chosen one, the Council must know. Luke shakes his head. The Council will reject him. Say he's too old, too emotional, too attached to his mother. They'll try to break him, fit him into their mold. I won't allow it. Then what do you propose? I will train him. Away from the Council's sight. Teach him what you believe, Master Jin. The living Force. Love. Compassion. Choice. And when he's ready, he will fulfill the prophecy. But as himself. Not what the Council wants him to be. Qui-Gon considers. This is heresy. But isn't it what he would want? Freedom from dogma? Chance to train the chosen one in truth? May I at least meet him? Luke nods. Follow me. They walk through Mos Espa. Luke leading. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan following. R2-D2 rolling behind. Through narrow streets. Past merchants. Past slaves. Past the poverty that defines this world. Luke stops at the camp, 1 mile outside the city. The moisture vaporator still running. Tent providing shade. And there, practicing meditation under the twin suns, a small boy, Anakin Skywalker. Eyes closed. 3 stones hovering in perfect harmony around him, rotating slowly, controlled, precise, the Force flowing through him like water through a channel. Shmi watches from nearby, pride on her face, her son, free, learning, growing. Anakin senses the approach, opens his eyes. The stones drop gently to the sand. He stands, runs to Luke. Master, you're back. Open affection. No shame, no suppression, just love. Qui-Gon watches. Stunned, a Jedi openly displaying attachment, openly loving a student. This should violate every code, every rule. But the Force around them glows. Pure, radiant, balanced. Anakin notices the strangers. Who are they? This is Qui-Gon Jinn, another Jedi. He follows the living Force, as I do. He understands what the others don't. Qui-Gon approaches slowly, kneels before Anakin. Eye level. Hello, young one. My name is Qui-Gon Jinn. Anakin's eyes light up. Another Jedi. Master Luke, he's like you. In some ways, Luke says softly, Master Jinn believes what I believe, that the Force is about life, about connection, about being present, not about rules and suppression. Qui-Gon looks at Luke, then at Anakin, then at Shmi standing protectively nearby. He sees it. A family, not master and student, family. He reaches out through the Force, touching Anakin's presence gently. What he feels makes his breath catch. Power. Unimaginable power. Pure, untainted. This child's midi-chlorian count must be off any scale. Your sensitivity to the Force is extraordinary, Qui-Gon says. I've never encountered anyone with your potential. Master Luke says I'm the chosen one. That I'll bring balance to the Force. Anakin says it matter-of-factly. No arrogance. Just stating what he's been told. You are, Qui-Gon confirms. The prophecy speaks of one who will bring balance. I believe that one is you. Obi-Wan steps forward, skeptical. The boy is impressive, but the chosen one, that's true, Luke interrupts. Not harsh, just certain. Anakin will bring balance. I've seen it, lived through it, watched it happen. The question isn't whether, it's how, and the how depends entirely on what we teach him. You speak as if you've witnessed the future. Because I have. I've lived through timelines you can't imagine, seen what happens when the Jedi fail, when they take children from families, when they forbid love, when they choose dogma over compassion. It ends in darkness, in suffering, in the destruction of everything. And your way prevents that? My way teaches truth. That love is not weakness, that attachment when healthy is strength, that emotion when understood is wisdom. Anakin will be powerful, more powerful than any Jedi before him. But he'll also be balanced, because he'll know love, family, connection, the things your order has forgotten. The boy is playing now, using the Force to lift sand, making patterns in the air, laughing, pure joy. May the Force be with you, Anakin Skywalker, Qui-Gon says. I believe we'll meet again. Will you teach me too? Anakin asks. Hopeful. No, young one. Your master has already begun your training, and he teaches what I believe in my heart. The living Force. Trust in the moment. Love without fear. That is the true path. They prepare to leave. Qui-Gon hesitates at the edge of camp, turns back to Luke. The Sith have returned. You said you knew I was investigating them. How much do you know? Everything. The enemy you're about to face is not the true threat. He's an apprentice, broken, trained to hate. The master is hidden, closer than you think, on Coruscant, in the Senate, hidden in plain sight. Qui-Gon's eyes widen. In the Senate? That's impossible. Luke's voice is sharp. The Jedi would sense it? No, they won't. They don't. They sit in their temple meditating on the future while the Sith Lord walks among them, speaks to them, manipulates them. And they're blind to it. Who? I can't tell you that. Not yet. You wouldn't believe me. The Council wouldn't believe you. But I can warn you. The enemy you'll face soon is named Darth Maul. Zabrak. Red and black skin. Double-bladed lightsaber. Trained in Form 7. Juyo. He's fast. Vicious. Lethal. How do you... Because he kills you, Qui-Gon Jinn. In the timeline I came from, on Naboo, while protecting the Queen, he cuts you down, and your death starts a chain of events that destroys the galaxy. Silence. Heavy. Absolute. I die. Qui-Gon's voice is steady, accepting. Jedi face death without fear. You did. In my timeline. But not this time. This time you'll be ready. This time, when Maul attacks, you'll trust the living Force. Move before thinking. Act on instinct. And you'll survive. And if I don't? If he still kills me? Luke's eyes are cold. Then I will finish what you started. I will make sure Anakin stays free, stays loved, stays balanced. Your death won't be in vain. For the warning, for saving the boy, for teaching what the Order forgot. Thank you for understanding, for believing. Not many Jedi would. They shake hands, master to master, two believers in the living Force, separated by decades, united by truth. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan leave, returning to their ship, to Queen Amidala, to the mission that will take them to Naboo, to Coruscant, to the confrontation that nearly killed Qui-Gon. But this time, he's warned. This time, he knows. Luke watches them go, then turns to Anakin. Come, we have more training to do, and tomorrow we hunt a Sith. A Sith. Anakin's eyes widen. Like the bad Jedi. Not Jedi. The opposite of Jedi. Those who use the dark side, who feed on hatred and pain. We're going to capture one, to show the Council the Sith have returned. Aren't you scared? No, Anakin. Because I know something the Sith don't. Love is more powerful than hate. Always. Dune Sea. Next day, late afternoon. Darth Maul rides his speeder bike across the sand. Tracking. Hunting. He's been following Qui-Gon Jinn since Coruscant, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He sees his target ahead. Qui-Gon and a young boy on a speeder, racing toward the Queen's ship. Perfect. Isolated. Vulnerable. Maul accelerates. Closing distance, his double-bladed lightsaber ready. He'll kill the Jedi. Kill the boy. Complete his mission. Prove his worth to Darth Sidious. Qui-Gon senses the danger. Looks back. Sees Maul approaching. His hand moves to his lightsaber. But before Maul can reach them, something happens. The sand ahead of Maul explodes. A figure rising from beneath the dunes. Robed. Hooded. Lightsaber igniting. Not blue. Not green. Golden. Bright as a sun. Luke Skywalker stands between Maul and his targets. Blade ready. Expression calm. You're fast, Luke says, conversationally. But not fast enough. Maul's yellow eyes narrow. Another Jedi. This one radiates terrifying power. But Maul is Sith. He fears nothing. Move aside, Jedi, or die with them. I'm giving you one chance. Surrender. Come with me peacefully. You don't have to serve the dark side. You can be free. Maul laughs. The dark side is freedom. Power. The Jedi are weak. You are weak. Then let me show you what weakness looks like. Maul charges, igniting his double-bladed lightsaber, the crimson blades spinning. Form 7. Juyo, the ferocity form. Overwhelming aggression. Unpredictable strikes. Pure killing intent. Luke doesn't move, just extends his hand. Maul's lightsaber flies out of his grip. Mid-spin, deactivating, landing in the sand 20 feet away. Maul's momentum carries him forward. He stumbles, recovers, reaches for his weapon with the Force. Luke gestures lazily. The lightsaber slides further away. Don't. Maul snarls, charges with bare hands, using the Force to enhance his speed. He's a blur, red and black, horned death moving faster than eyes can track. Luke sidesteps, doesn't even parry, just moves. Minimal motion, maximum efficiency. Maul throws a punch. Luke catches his wrist mid-strike, doesn't let go. Maul struggles, pulls, twists, uses every Sith technique to break free. Cannot. The grip is durasteel, unbreakable. You're strong, Luke says, well-trained, disciplined, centuries of Sith knowledge in you. But you're a child playing with forces you don't understand. He spins Maul around, drives him to his knees with the Force, not violently, not cruelly, just inevitably, like gravity asserting itself. Maul kneels in the sand, held, helpless, rage and confusion warring in his eyes. Your master sent you to kill a Jedi, but he didn't tell you the truth, did he? He didn't tell you that you're expendable, that he has others waiting, that your death means nothing to him. I fear nothing. I am Sith. No. Luke's voice is sad, pitying. You're a victim, taken as a child, tortured, trained in hatred. Your master did to you what the Jedi do to their students, broke you, rebuilt you in his image, made you a tool. The Sith gave me power. The Sith gave you pain, made you think pain was power. But true power comes from something else, something you've never known. Love, compassion, connection, the things your master forbade you. Luke extends both hands. The Force locks Maul completely, every muscle frozen, unable to move, unable to speak, unable to resist. Sleep. Maul's eyes roll back, consciousness shutting down. He collapses into the sand. Luke lifts the unconscious Sith with the Force, carrying him like a puppet, walks over to where Qui-Gon has stopped the speeder. The Jedi Master stares, stunned. You captured a Sith Lord, alive. He's not a lord. He's an apprentice, a broken child in a monster's body. Perhaps he can be saved. Qui-Gon looks at Luke with new eyes. This isn't just a powerful Jedi. This is something beyond, something the Order has never seen. What will you do with him? Bring him to Coruscant. The Council needs to see the Sith have returned, and they need to see them captured. Not just fought. Captured. To prove that even Sith can be shown mercy. The Council will want to execute him. Let them try, I won't allow it. This boy deserves a chance to choose light, even if it's too late. Even if he refuses, he deserves the choice. Luke binds Maul in Force-suppressing restraints, physical cuffs designed to block Force use. He came prepared, knew this encounter would happen, planned for every contingency. Go to Naboo, Luke tells Qui-Gon. Protect the Queen. Face the Trade Federation. But when you fight Maul's master, because you will, remember, trust the living force. Move before thinking. Let instinct guide you. I will. Thank you, Master Skywalker. For the warning, for the wisdom, for everything. They part ways. Qui-Gon returning to the Queen's ship. Luke returning to his camp, carrying an unconscious Sith Lord. Anakin watches as Luke arrives. Eyes wide. You captured him. A real Sith. And tomorrow, we're taking him to Coruscant, to the Jedi Temple, to show the Council that the Sith have returned, and to prove that love is stronger than hate. Can I come? Luke kneels, looks at his father, his 9-year-old father who still has so much innocence. Not yet. This is something I have to do alone. But soon you'll see Coruscant, see the temple, see the galaxy beyond this desert. I promise. That night, Luke stands watch over Maul. The Sith remains unconscious, bound, helpless. Luke reaches out through the Force, touching Maul's mind, feeling the layers of conditioning, of torture, of dark side corruption. This boy was taken young, maybe 4 or 5, stolen by Darth Sidious, trained through pain, through suffering, through hatred, turned into a weapon, given no choice, no love, no mercy. Luke's heart aches. This is what the dark side does, takes children and breaks them. The Jedi do it with suppression and dogma. The Sith do it with torture and hate. Both destroy innocence. Both create monsters. Not anymore. Not if Luke can help it. Tomorrow, he'll show the Council. Show them what returning Sith look like. Show them their own failures. Show them the truth they've been hiding from. And then, he'll return to Anakin. Continue the training. Build something better than what came before. The twin suns rise. Luke loads Maul onto a small transport ship. Hidden nearby, another preparation he planned for everything. He leaves Anakin and Shmi at the camp, promises to return within days. Shmi understands, trusts, this stranger who freed them. Who teaches her son truth? Who radiates love even when facing Sith? Luke pilots to Coruscant. The journey takes hours, hyperspace routes he memorized decades ago. In another life, as Vader's son, as the last Jedi, as the man who rebuilt the Order. Coruscant appears, jewel of the galaxy, endless cityscape, center of the Republic, home of the Jedi Temple. Luke lands at the Temple's public platform. Exits carrying Maul's bound body. Temple guards approach. Hands on weapons. State your business. I'm Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. I bring a captured Sith. The Council needs to see this, immediately. The guards stare. Sith, here? Impossible. But the prisoner is clearly real. Clearly restrained. Clearly radiating dark side energy even through the suppression cuffs. They escort Luke inside, through halls he knows, halls he walked as a student in a future that will never exist. To the Council chamber, high in the temple spire. The doors open. The full Council sits. Yoda, Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon, all 12 seats occupied. Luke enters, carrying Maul, lays the unconscious Sith on the chamber floor. Silence. Absolute. Every council member staring. Mace Windu stands. What is this? Darth Maul, Sith apprentice, trained in Juyo, sent to kill Qui-Gon Jinn. I intercepted him in the Dune Sea, captured him, brought him here, to prove the Sith have returned. Impossible. Ki-Adi-Mundi's voice. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. Have they, or have they been hiding, waiting, planning? While you meditated on the cosmic force and debated prophecies and ignored the darkness growing right under your noses? Claim to be Jedi you do, yet no record of you exists, because I was trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi and by you, Master Yoda. Silence again. Obi-Wan isn't even a knight yet. Yoda has never seen this man. Impossible. Mace says, Obi-Wan is a Padawan, and Master Yoda would remember training you. Not yet, Luke says, but you will. In a future that won't happen now, a dark future, where everything went wrong, where the Sith won, where I lost everything, and the Force gave me a chance to come back, to fix it, to prevent it. Madness, Ki-Adi-Mundi declares. Time travel is impossible. So are Sith. Yet here one lies at your feet, alive, captured, proof undeniable. Yoda stands, approaches Maul's body, extends his cane, touches the Sith's chest, feels through the Force. His ears droop. Dark side, strong in this one is. Sith, he is. Truth, the stranger speaks. The council erupts, voices overlapping, arguing, denying, accepting, fear spreading. Mace raises his hand. Silence falls. Where did you find him? Tatooine. He was hunting Qui-Gon Jinn. Sent by his master. Darth Sidious. The true Sith Lord. The one who orchestrates everything. Who controls both sides. Who hides in plain sight. Where is this Darth Sidious? On Coruscant. In the Senate. So close you could touch him. If you weren't blind, Mace's hand moves to his lightsaber. Choose your next words carefully. Luke doesn't flinch. You sit here, meditating, debating, while the Sith Lord sits in the building next door, right now, planning your destruction. And you sense nothing, because you've chosen blindness, chosen arrogance, chosen to believe you're infallible. We would sense a Sith Lord, Mace insists. Would you? You didn't sense the Sith's return for 1,000 years. You didn't sense the blockade of Naboo was a Sith plot. You didn't sense this prisoner was trained literally next door. What makes you think you can sense anything? Yoda's presence in the Force expands, testing Luke, pushing against his shields, trying to read his truth. Luke matches it, effortlessly. The room fills with the clash of two immense powers. The council members feel it. The pressure. The weight. Two titans of the Force locked in silent battle. Yoda withdraws, breathing hard. Powerful you are. Most powerful I have felt. Who are you, truly? I'm the man who will save this order from itself, whether you let me or not. And the boy Qui-Gon mentioned? The one you claim is the chosen one? Anakin Skywalker, 9 years old, more powerful than anyone who's ever lived. And yes, he's the chosen one, the one who will bring balance. Ki-Adi-Mundi speaks. The council must test him. No. The word absolute. Final. Trained by you, he will be? Yoda asks. Yes. I will teach him the living Force. Teach him compassion. Teach him love. All the things you've forbidden. All the things that actually matter. Mace's eyes flash. Attachment leads to the dark side. Luke's response is devastating. Then explain why the only time the dark side truly loses is when someone chooses love over hate. Explain why Anakin Skywalker, yes, the same boy you'll eventually reject, is the one who destroys the Sith, not through your teachings, despite them. Through love. Through choosing to save his son instead of serving his master. His son. Confusion. Questions. Too many threads. Me. Luke meets every council member's eyes. Anakin Skywalker is my father. In the timeline I came from, he fell to the dark side, became Darth Vader, the Emperor's enforcer, hunted Jedi, murdered children, served evil for decades, because everyone who should have protected him failed. You took him from his mother, forbade him to love, told him his emotions were weakness, and when he needed help, you abandoned him. So he turned to darkness, and suffered, for 23 years, until love saved him, until his son's love reminded him who he was. The council is silent, processing. This stranger claims to be from the future, claims the chosen one will fall, claims only love can save him. Heresy, madness, or truth they're not ready to accept. If true this is, Yoda says slowly, changed. The future already has. Come back. You have. Taken the boy you have. Trained him differently, you will. So fall, he may not. I'm here to prevent tragedy. Anakin will be powerful, but he'll also be balanced, because I'll teach him truth. That love is strength. That family matters. That emotion is not failure. The things your code has forgotten. Mace Windu's voice is cold. Your philosophy is dangerous. We cannot permit you to train a Force-sensitive child without oversight. You're welcome to try to find us. But know this, if you take Anakin from his mother, if you try to break him with your dogma, if you hurt him, I will stop you, and you cannot stop me. The threat hangs. Luke turns to leave. See you again, we will. Yoda calls. Strong in the Force you are, but clouded, your path is. Luke looks back. No, Master Yoda, your path is clouded. Mine is clear. I'm saving my father, and in doing so, I'm saving you all. Whether you deserve it or not, he walks out, leaving the council in chaos, leaving Maul unconscious on their floor, leaving questions that won't be answered for years. But he's planted seeds, seeds of doubt, seeds of change, seeds that will grow into something better. He returns to his ship, returns to Tatooine, returns to Anakin and Shmi, returns to the family he's building across time itself. 10 years pass, a hidden moon, outer rim, far from Coruscant, far from the Republic's prying eyes. Luke has established a small enclave, not a temple, not grand, just a home, buildings, gardens, training grounds, a place where Anakin can grow, learn, be loved. Shmi lives here, healthy, happy, free. She remarried 5 years ago. Cliegg Lars, kind man, moisture farmer looking for a new life. Found it here. With Shmi, with Anakin, with Luke. A family built on choice instead of obligation. And Anakin, 19 years old now, tall, strong, handsome, sandy blonde hair longer, Jedi robes worn casually, lightsaber blue blade at his belt. He stands in the training courtyard, eyes closed, 10 training remotes circling, firing stun bolts from all directions. Anakin's lightsaber deflects every shot, doesn't even look, just feels, lets the living force guide his hands. Form V, gem so, power and precision, but tempered with Ataru's grace, mixed with Soresu's patience. Luke taught him all forms, let Anakin choose his own style, his own path. The remotes stop. Anakin opens his eyes, deactivates his blade, breathing steady, not even winded. Luke watches from the doorway, pride swelling. This is what Anakin was meant to be. Powerful, skilled, balanced, happy, good. Luke says, your form is perfect, but you're still thinking too much. Feel more, think less. Anakin grins. You always say that, because it's always true. The Force moves faster than thought. Trust it. They walk to the gardens. Shmi is there, tending vegetables. Cliegg helping. They look up, smile, wave. How was training, Ani? Shmi asks. Still calls him that. Her little boy, even though he's 19, even though he's a Jedi. Good. Master Luke is always right, Cliegg says with a chuckle. The man has integrated well. Respects Luke, loves Shmi, accepts Anakin, a good man in a galaxy short of them. They eat lunch together, family meal, talking, laughing, sharing, the things the Jedi Order would forbid, the things that actually matter. After lunch, Luke and Anakin walk to the overlook, watching the valley below, green, alive, beautiful. The Clone Wars are starting, Luke says quietly. Count Dooku has left the Jedi Order, formed the Separatist movement, gathered planets to his cause. The Republic is mobilizing. War is coming. I know. I've seen the reports. Should we help? First, we have work to do. The Clone Army. Do you remember what I told you? The army commissioned in secret, grown on Kamino, with inhibitor chips in their brains. Order 66. Execute all Jedi. Exactly. We need to remove those chips. Free the clones before they're ever deployed, before they become weapons pointed at the Jedi. That's millions of clones. Can we really free them all? Luke's smile is grim. We can. We will. Starting tomorrow, we're going to Kamino, and we're going to show the galaxy what real freedom looks like. Anakin nods, determined, ready. 10 years of training, 10 years of love, 10 years of truth. He's ready for anything. There's something else, Anakin says hesitantly. Someone I need to tell you about. Padme Amidala. Anakin's eyes widen. How did you? I know everything. Anakin, I know you met her on Naboo 2 years ago, during that diplomatic mission. I know you fell in love. I know she loves you back. I know you've been seeing each other secretly. I'm sorry. I should have told you, but I thought you'd disapprove. like the old Jedi would. Luke places a hand on Anakin's shoulder. I don't disapprove. I encouraged it. I want you to love her. Openly. Honestly. Without fear. That's what the old Jedi never understood. Love doesn't lead to darkness. Fear of losing love does. So love her. Trust the Force. And know that whatever happens, I'm with you. Tears in Anakin's eyes. Thank you. For everything. For freeing me. For training me. For letting me be me. You're my father, Anakin, in another life, another time. I'm just doing what any son should do, protecting his family. They embrace. Master and student, son and father, time travelers bound by love across decades. Tomorrow, they hunt inhibitor chips. Tomorrow, they free an army. Tomorrow, they continue the mission. But today, they're just family, and that's enough. Camino. Water world. Endless ocean. Cloning facilities rising from the waves like white pillars piercing gray skies. Rain pounds constantly. Heavy. Relentless. The planet weeps. A ship descends through the storm. Sleek. Unmarked. Lands at Tipoca City's public platform. 3 figures exit. Luke Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker. Padme Amidala. Padme insisted on coming. Senator from Naboo. 28 years old. Beautiful. Dedicated. Fighting corruption in the Senate. When Anakin told her about the mission, she demanded to help. Luke agreed. Her presence provides cover. Official Senate oversight. Legitimate reason to inspect the clones. They're met by Kaminoan officials. Tall. Gray skin. Black eyes. Long necks elegant but unsettling. Lama Su, Prime Minister, greets them. Senator Amidala, we were not expecting a Republic inspection. Last-minute decision, Padme says smoothly. Political mask perfect. The Senate wants to ensure the clone army meets quality standards before full deployment. Of course. This way. They're led through sterile corridors. White. Clean. Lifeless. Past windows showing cloning chambers. Rows upon rows of growth tubes. Clones in various stages. Embryonic. Childhood. Adolescence. Adult. All identical. All designed for war. Luke reaches out through the Force, feeling, sensing. The clones are alive, fully sentient, thinking, feeling, but also controlled. He senses it. Tiny foreign objects in their brains, millions of them, inhibitor chips, waiting, programmed, ready to turn loyal soldiers into Jedi executioners. They reach a medical bay. Lama Su gestures proudly. 200,000 units completed. 1 million more in production. The finest army the galaxy has ever seen. Tell me about the behavioral modifications, Luke says casually, inspecting a medical datapad. Lama Su's expression doesn't change. Standard protocols, accelerated growth, enhanced obedience, optimal soldier conditioning. And the inhibitor chips, Lama Su pauses. Just a fraction of a second. I don't know what you mean. Luke's eyes meet his. Cold, knowing. The organic mechanical hybrids implanted near the brainstem, designed to override free will, to make the clones execute specific orders without question. Tell me about those. Silence. Lama Su's face remains neutral. But his hands tense. Those specifications are classified. Clone design is proprietary. Luke extends his hand. A datapad across the room flies into his grip. Lama Su's private terminal. Encrypted files. Luke doesn't even look at the screen. Just lets the Force flow through it. Reading data. Finding truth. Order 66, Luke says quietly. Execute all Jedi. The command is embedded in every clone's brain. A biological control mechanism. Elegant. Horrifying. Lama Su stands. This facility is under Republic authority. You have no right. I have every right. I'm preventing genocide. Luke's presence in the Force expands. Massive. Overwhelming. Filling the entire facility. Every clone trooper on Camino feels it. Hundreds of thousands of them. All sensing the same thing. Power beyond measure. Will beyond breaking. Anakin steps forward. Places his hand on Luke's shoulder. Adding his strength. Father and son. 2 Skywalkers. Combined power shaking the very foundations of the facility. Luke reaches out. Not with hands, with the Force, touching every clone simultaneously, finding the chips in their brains, millions of tiny targets, requiring microscopic precision on a massive scale. Blood trickles from Luke's nose. His body trembles. This is beyond anything he's attempted, beyond anything any Jedi has attempted. Micro-telekinesis on a planetary scale. But he's Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. He held black holes, rebuilt fortresses, made himself immovable by the galaxy's center. He can do this. He must do this. One by one, thousand by thousand, he finds the chips, feels their structure, the explosive components, the circuitry, the programming, and destroys them, crushing detonators, shorting circuits, rendering them inert, harmless dead metal and plastic that can never activate, never betray, never murder. Luke's knees buckle. Anakin catches him, pours his own Force strength into his master, supporting, sustaining. Together they purge the inhibitor chips from every clone in the facility. 10 minutes of absolute concentration. 10 minutes of precision beyond mortal limits. 10 minutes that save the Jedi Order. Luke collapses. Anakin catches him fully, lowers him gently. Padme rushes forward. Luke, I'm fine. Luke's voice weak, exhausted. It's done. The chips, all of them, gone. The Kaminoans stare in horror. This display of power, this violation of their product, this impossible feat. The clones are still yours, Luke says weakly. But they're free. They'll serve the Republic. But they won't be slaves to programming, won't be weapons pointed at the Jedi. They're people now. Fully. Completely. Give them that dignity. Before the Kaminoans can respond, Luke passes out, exhaustion finally claiming him. Luke wakes hours later. Medical bay. Anakin sitting beside the bed, Padme nearby, both worried, both relieved when his eyes open. How long? Luke asks. 6 hours. You purged every chip in the facility. Hundreds of thousands. The Kaminoans are terrified, don't know what to do. Tell them the truth. The chips were a Sith plot, designed to destroy the Jedi. We've prevented that. The clones are free. That's all that matters. We need to tell the Council, Padme says. They need to know about this. Not yet. They won't believe us, won't act in time. We need to do more first. Luke sits up slowly. We need to visit every clone training facility. Every deployment zone. Every location where clones are stationed. Remove every chip. Free every soldier. That's millions of clones. Anakin protests. Across the entire galaxy. Even with both of us, that's what needs to be done. We can't leave any behind. Can't let even one chip remain active. Palpatine only needs one clone to execute Order 66. One to start the chain. We remove them all. Every single one. Traveling. World to world. Facility to facility. Deployment zone to deployment zone. Luke and Anakin working in tandem. Purging chips. Freeing clones. Creating an army that serves by choice instead of programming. The clones notice. They feel the difference. The static in their minds that they didn't know was there suddenly silences. Clarity emerges. Free will strengthens. They remember. They are loyal. Not through programming, through choice. Captain Rex, Commander Cody, every clone officer, every trooper, all aware, all grateful to the mysterious Jedi who gave them autonomy. Word spreads, rumors, the clone liberation, the Skywalker mission, whispers through military channels, the Jedi who freed an army. Coruscant, Chancellor's office, Senate building. Palpatine sits at his desk, hologram reports surrounding him, his calm facade intact. But inside, rage, absolute, consuming, his greatest weapon, his failsafe, his Order 66, destroyed, systematically dismantled by someone with knowledge that shouldn't exist, power that shouldn't be possible. The reports are clear. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, unknown origin, accompanied by Anakin Skywalker, the boy Palpatine was supposed to corrupt, the boy who should be his. Somehow this Luke knows everything. The clone army, the chips, the programming, Sidious's identity, all of it. And he's destroying the grand plan piece by piece. Palpatine activates encrypted comm. Count Dooku's hologram appears. Sith apprentice, Darth Tyrannus. The clone army is compromised. Someone powerful has interfered. We must accelerate. Master, who is this Luke Skywalker? Irrelevant. What matters is Anakin Skywalker, the boy I was meant to turn, the boy who should be mine. This Luke has stolen him, trained him differently, made him resistant. What do you command? Kill the woman, Padme Amidala. Anakin's weakness, make it brutal. Public, let his rage at her death drive him to the dark side. It will be done. The hologram ends. Palpatine stands, walks to his window, looking out at Coruscant, his city, his republic, his empire to be. Slipping through his fingers, he's been patient for decades. Careful, methodical, but patience has limits. If he can't corrupt Anakin through manipulation, he'll corrupt him through grief. Kill what he loves. Show him the Jedi's impotence. Offer dark side power as revenge. It's worked before. It will work again. Except he's underestimated one thing. Luke Skywalker isn't just powerful. He's prepared. He's seen this before, lived through every tactic, every manipulation, every trap. And he's waiting. Coruscant. Senator Amidala's apartment. Night. Padme reviews legislation, fighting corporate interests, trying to prevent war, trying to save the Republic through words instead of weapons. She doesn't hear them enter. Shapeshifters, Claudites, professional assassins, sent by Dooku, paid by Palpatine, carrying poison darts, carrying death. They move through her apartment, silent, professional, targeting her bedroom. One shot, one dart, painless death. Mission complete. They never reach her. Luke is there. He's been expecting this. The Force warned him, showed him Palpatine's desperation, Sidious's predictable tactics. Kill what Anakin loves, make him fall through grief. Not this time. The assassins freeze, mid-step, unable to move, unable to breathe properly. The Force holds them like insects in amber. Luke steps from the shadows. Disappointing. I expected better from Darth Sidious. Sending assassins after a senator. How pedestrian. They can't respond. Can't speak. Just terror in their eyes. Luke binds them with the Force. Gentle but absolute. Then contacts Padme's security. Senator Amidala, you have visitors. Hostile. Detained. Send your guards to collect them. Helpless. Padme emerges from her bedroom. Confused. Luke? What happened? Palpatine tried to have you killed, to hurt Anakin, to turn him through grief. It failed, as all his plans will fail. Palpatine? The Chancellor. Sith Lord. Master of the Separatists. Orchestrator of everything. And he's running out of options. Which makes him dangerous. Stay close to Anakin. Stay protected. The endgame is coming. Padme's security takes the assassins. Luke remains. Waiting. Sensing. Knowing what comes next. Palpatine will escalate. Will try direct confrontation. Will summon Anakin to his office. Try one last manipulation. One final corruption attempt. Luke will be ready. We'll be there. We'll end this. Next day. Chancellor's office. Special summons. Anakin receives the message. Official. Urgent. The Chancellor requests his presence. Private meeting. Important matter. Come alone. Anakin shows Luke. It's a trap. Of course it is. But we're going anyway. Together. To end this. They arrive at the Senate building. Guards recognize Anakin. Let them through. They ascend to the Chancellor's level. Walk to his office. The door is closed. Luke extends his hand. The lock clicks. Door opens. They enter. Palpatine sits at his desk, reviewing data pads, playing the concerned leader. He looks up, sees Anakin. Smiles. Grandfatherly. Warm. Anakin Skywalker, I've heard so much about you. Come in. Sit. Anakin steps forward, wary. Luke follows. Silent. Palpatine notices Luke. His smile doesn't waver, but his eyes harden. Ah, the mysterious Luke Skywalker. Finally we meet. We've met before, Sidious. In another life you killed me. Several times, actually. Lightning. Thrown from towers. The usual. Palpatine's mask cracks. Just slightly. I don't know what you mean. Yes, you do. Darth Sidious, Master of the Sith, the shadow behind the Clone Wars, the orchestrator of the Republic's fall. You've been planning this for decades, manipulating, corrupting, hiding. But your plans are ruined now. The clone army is free. The Jedi are warned. Your apprentices are captured or dead. You've lost. Palpatine stands slowly. Bold accusations. Do you have proof? I know. I've lived through your empire, watched you rule for decades, saw the Death Star you built, the billions you killed, the galaxy you enslaved, and I came back to stop it, to stop you. Fascinating story, but irrelevant. Palpatine's voice shifts, deeper, darker. Sith, you cannot stop what's already begun. His hand moves. Force lightning erupts. Blue-white energy lancing across the room, aimed at Luke, at Anakin. Massive, overwhelming. The power of decades of dark side mastery. Luke raises one hand. The lightning hits, flows into him. Doesn't burn, doesn't destroy, just absorbs. Tudominus. The technique Vader tried to learn, but the suit prevented. The technique the Chosen One's son mastered. The energy crackles around Luke's body, dissipates harmlessly. Grounded, neutralized. Palpatine's eyes widen. Impossible. For you, maybe. But I learned from the best. From my father. From you. From decades of studying both light and dark. I know every technique you'll use. Every attack. You trained Vader. But Vader trained me. Luke doesn't wait. Attacks. Not with blade. With the Force. Telekinetic pressure slamming into Palpatine. Driving him backward. Into the wall. Cracking stone. Anakin joins. Father and son. Two Skywalkers. Their power combined overwhelming. Palpatine feels it. For the first time in his long life, fear. He ignites his lightsaber. Red blade. Sith weapon. Hidden in his desk for decades. Charges, Form 7. Juyo. Spinning. Vicious. Lethal. Luke and Anakin ignite their blades, golden and blue. Meet him together. What follows is not a duel. It's a dismantling. Palpatine is skilled. Powerful. Centuries of Sith knowledge. Decades of combat experience. But he's facing two chosen ones. Fighting in perfect harmony. When Anakin strikes high, Luke defends low. When Luke redirects lightning, Anakin presses the attack. They move as one. Not because they trained together. Because they are family. Their connection absolute. Palpatine's blade work is perfect. But 2-on-1 is impossible. Every strike blocked. Every opening covered. Every technique countered. He tries force storms. Lightning cascades. Telekinetic destruction. Furniture explodes. Windows shatter. The office becomes war zone. Luke and Anakin combine their power, create a barrier of pure light, force energy so bright it illuminates the entire room. The dark side cannot stand before it. Palpatine's attacks break against it, dissipate, fail. He stumbles backward, breathing hard. Robes scorched, the mask of Sheev Palpatine completely gone. Only Darth Sidious remains, ancient, hateful, terrified. You cannot defeat me. I am the Senate. I am immortal. Luke extends his hand. Palpatine's lightsaber flies into his grip. You talk too much. He gestures. Palpatine's vocal cords lock. Force technique. Silence. The Sith Lord's mouth moves, but no sound emerges. Mace Windu's voice from the doorway. What's happening here? The Jedi have arrived. Sensed the disturbance. Mace, Yoda, Kit Fisto, Obi-Wan. Others all staring at the scene. Palpatine. Lightning scars on walls. Dark side energy thick in the air. Darth Sidious, Luke says calmly. Sith Lord. Hidden in plain sight. Now exposed. Now defeated. Palpatine tries to speak. Can't. Rage in his eyes. Yoda approaches. Studies Palpatine through the Force. His ears droop. True it is. The dark side strong in him. The Sith Lord he is. Hidden among us he was. Temple guards arrive. Bind Palpatine in force-suppressing restraints. Maximum strength. He struggles. Helpless. The weight of his crimes finally crushing him. The Clone Wars end now. Luke announces. Without Sidious coordinating the Separatists, without Dooku leading them, the Confederacy collapses. The Republic is saved. Mace approaches Luke. Who are you? Really? I'm from the future, Master Windu. A dark future where Anakin fell to the dark side, where Palpatine won, where the Jedi were destroyed, where I lost everything. The Force sent me back, gave me a chance to fix it, to save my father before he ever fell. He gestures to Anakin. Anakin Skywalker is my father. In the timeline I came from, he became Darth Vader, Palpatine's enforcer. But that future is dead now, because I saved him. Anakin steps forward, places his hand on Luke's shoulder. He's telling the truth. He freed me when I was 9, trained me, taught me that love is strength, that family matters, that the Jedi Code was wrong about attachment. He prevented my fall before it ever happened. Yoda looks between them. Father and son, time travelers, saviors of the galaxy. Changed? The future has. Saved us all, you have. I saved what mattered. Luke says quietly. My father, my family, the Order, in that order. Because that's what the Jedi forgot. Family comes first. Love comes first. Everything else is secondary. Obi-Wan approaches. Older now. Knight. Teacher. Wise. You said I trained you. In the dark future, you were a great teacher. Patient. Kind. Wise. You taught me everything that mattered. And in the end, you sacrificed yourself to save me and my friends. You became more powerful than anyone imagined. Will I still train you? In this timeline? Luke shakes his head. No. In this timeline you don't need to. Because Anakin never falls. Never needs saving. Never becomes Vader. The galaxy is better. Brighter. Free. The Council convenes emergency session. Palpatine is imprisoned. Evidence gathered. Sith artifacts. Communications with Dooku. Plans for Empire. Everything exposed. The Separatists. Leaderless. Fracture. Peace negotiations begin. The Clone Wars end before truly starting. Billions of lives saved. The Republic restructures. Bail Organa becomes interim Chancellor. Constitutional reforms pass. Safeguards against Sith infiltration. Term limits. Transparency. Democracy restored, and the Jedi Order changes. Slowly. Carefully. Learning from near destruction. 1 month later, Jedi Temple, Council Chamber. Luke and Anakin stand before the full council. Yoda, Mace. All 12 masters. Saved the galaxy you have, Yoda says. Destroyed the Sith. Prevented the fall. Freed the clones. Grateful, the Order is. Mace stands. We offer you both seats on the council. Master rank. Full honors. Recognition for your service. Luke looks at Anakin. Anakin looks back. They don't need words. The Force carries their decision. Thank you, Luke says. But no, we're not joining the council. Surprise. Confusion. Questions. Why? Mace asks. You've earned it. More than earned it. Because the council represents the old way. The way that failed. The way that nearly destroyed everything. You're reforming. Learning. Growing. That's good. That's necessary. But it's not our path. Teaching truth. That love is strength. That family matters. That attachment, when healthy, is power. That emotion, when understood, is wisdom. We'll teach those who don't fit the council's mold, who need different guidance. We'll be Jedi. But our own kind of Jedi. Yoda nods slowly. Understand, I do. Walk your own path, you will. A new way you forge. Blessing, you have. Of this council. Of the Force itself. Thank you, Master Yoda. For listening. For learning. For being willing to change. They leave. The council doesn't try to stop them. Just watches. 2 time travelers. 2 Skywalkers. 2 beings who saved everything by refusing to follow the old rules. Naboo. Lake country. Beautiful. Green. Peaceful. Anakin Skywalker marries Padme Amidala. Public ceremony, no shame, no hiding. Just love. Openly. Joyfully. Completely. Anakin wears traditional Jedi robes. Modified. Comfortable. His own style. Padme wears white and gold. Radiant. Happy. Free. The entire Senate attends. Jedi Council officiates. Mace Windu performs the ceremony. Words about love, about choice, about commitment. Words the old order would never have spoken. Luke stands as Anakin's best man. Shmi cries tears of joy. Klieg beams. The family Luke built across time, witnessing the wedding that should have happened. The wedding that did happen. Because Luke changed everything. Afterward, under Naboo's stars, Qui-Gon Jinn approaches Luke. The Jedi Master survived Naboo. The warning saved him. He's older now, wiser. Council member finally. Voice of the living force. You did it, Qui-Gon says. Everything you promised. Saved the boy. Saved the Order. Saved the galaxy. I did what any son would do. Protected my family. What happens now? Do you stay? Continue teaching? Luke looks at his hands. They're becoming transparent. Fading. The Force calling him. No. My time here is ending. The mission is complete. Anakin is safe. Balanced. Loved. The Sith are defeated. The future is bright. I can go home now. Home where? Wherever time-traveling Jedi go when their work is done. The Force. The living Force. The cosmic Force. Somewhere. Everywhere. It doesn't matter. What matters is, I saved him. Saved them all. And that's enough. He walks to where Anakin stands with Padme. His father. His father who will never fall. Never suffer. Never become Vader. Dad. Anakin turns. Tears already streaming. He knows. Feels it. Through their bond. Through the Force. Luke is leaving. No. You can't. I just found you. I just learned you're my son. I never got to be your father. Yes, you did. Every day I was here. Every lesson. Every moment. You were my father. You learned from me, but I learned from you too. I got to see you happy. Whole. Free. That's all I ever wanted. They embrace. Long. Deep. Father and son. Time travelers. Saviors. Family. Promise me something, Luke whispers. Anything. When you have children, and you will, tell them about me. Tell them about their Uncle Luke who came from the future, who saved their father. Tell them love is the most powerful force in the universe. Promise. I promise. Luke's form is almost completely transparent now. Light. Pure. The Force reclaiming him. Shmi is there. Padme. Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan. Yoda. Mace. All watching. All witnessing. The departure of the man who saved everything. Thank you, Luke says. Voice fading. For being the father I always knew you could be. Thank you. Anakin whispers back. For being the son who saved me. Luke steps back. His body pure light. Glowing. Beautiful. May the Force be with you, Anakin Skywalker. Always. And then he's gone. Dissolved into the Force. Returned to wherever he came from. Mission complete. Family saved. Future. Secured. The Force itself seems to sigh. Satisfied. Balanced. At peace. 3 years later. Epilogue. Jedi Temple. New meditation chamber. Designed by Anakin. Based on Luke's teachings. Light. Warm. Welcoming. Anakin Skywalker teaches a class of younglings. They're older than the old order would take. 8, 9, 10 years old. Allowed to visit families. Allowed to love. Allowed to be children while learning to be Jedi. The Force is not about rules, Anakin tells them. It's about feeling. Connection. Love. When you feel afraid, don't suppress it. Feel it. Understand it. Then choose what to do. Fear is natural. What matters is choice. A student raises her hand. Master Skywalker, is it true you were trained by a Jedi from the future? Anakin smiles. Sad. Happy. Proud. Yes. His name was Luke, my son. From a dark timeline where everything went wrong, the Force sent him back. He freed me from slavery, taught me truth, saved the galaxy. And then he went home. Where did he go? Somewhere beyond time, beyond space. But he's still here, in the living Force, in every lesson I teach. In every choice I make, in every moment I choose love over fear. That evening, Anakin's quarters, larger now, married Jedi allowed proper housing. Padme is there, and in her arms, 2 infants, twins, boy and girl. Luke and Leia, born 1 month ago, healthy, perfect, named for the uncle who saved their father, for the mother who loved him. Anakin holds them, both at once, his children, his family, his future. No visions of death, no fear of loss, no darkness, just love, pure, unfiltered, complete. Padme leans against his shoulder. Do you think he's out there? Watching? Anakin closes his eyes, reaches out through the Force, feels, senses, and there, faint, distant, warm, a presence, familiar, loving, proud. Luke Skywalker, wherever he is smiling. He's there, Anakin whispers. Always. Watching. Protecting. Loving. Then we'll make him proud. Raise them right. Teach them truth. Show them that love is strength. We will. I promise. The twins sleep peacefully, unaware they're named for a time traveler, unaware their father was supposed to be a monster, unaware their uncle saved the galaxy before they were born. But they'll learn. When they're older. When they're ready. They'll learn the story of Luke Skywalker, the Jedi who crossed time itself to save his family, who proved that love is more powerful than hate, who showed the galaxy that prevention is better than redemption. And they'll grow up in a galaxy at peace, a republic that endures, a Jedi Order that learns, a family that loves, because one man refused to accept the dark future, refused to let his father suffer, refused to let the galaxy burn. Luke Skywalker, son, Jedi, time traveler, savior, gone but never forgotten, present in every moment, every choice, every act of love. The Force is balanced, not through destruction, through prevention, through love. Through a son who saved his father before he ever fell, somewhere beyond time, Luke Skywalker rests. Content, peaceful, knowing he succeeded, knowing his family is safe, knowing the galaxy is better, mission accomplished, family saved, future secured. And the Force, finally, truly, is in balance. The end.